This ritual has been passed down throughout the centuries and originates from the British Isles during the Middle Ages, where it is viewed the devil worship by puritans and ways to protect your home by those who knew that was really standing in your field was not the devil. If completed successfully, this ritual will ensure you a year of safety, physical and or mental depending on the events during this ritual. You will need a house in the countryside, preferably with a field of crops out back. Technically that is all required is a backyard. The larger the better, but success only has came from houses in the countryside. A candle. Attempting to use a flashlight, cell phone, or any other electronic source of light will be unsuccessful, causing the light source to flicker and die after only a few seconds, which is why either a candle, an oil lamp, or any sort of non-electric illumination is recommended. A crucifix. I'll explain later. A watch or clock to carry around with you. Again, cell phones will not work during this ritual. To begin the ritual, make sure it is late enough for no one around to be outside, and make sure the sun has set. The being the ritual is based around will not appear if anyone other than the summoner is around to detect its presence. The earliest successful summon was at 9 o'clock. Light your candle, go out into your yard and whisper 7 times. But who will scare the crows away? While facing the house. On the 7th whisper, you should hear from behind you. That's not your biggest problem. Walk back to the house without looking back. As soon as you reach to the house, get inside and close the door. Everything in your house that could be open has. Take your crucifix into your room with only one door, close the door and leave it there. That will be your safe room in case the ritual goes wrong. Make sure the doors, cupboards, cabinets and whatever else can be open is closed in there. If you get to your safe room, you are doomed. Your goal is to close everything that is open before your watch reaches midnight. This sounds easy in description, but think about it. Every bag, every door, every window, every container in your house has just opened. The challenge isn't closing them all, it's remembering them. As you make your way through the darkened house, you will notice that out of your corner of your eye, you will be able to see a man, dressed in simple farmer's clothes, out of the corner of your eye. His skin is ash grey. Don't look at him, and whatever you do, don't directly look into his eyes. But don't be afraid of him. This is not the man in the fields. He is merely a herald, a reference of sorts to make sure that you are closing every container. He will be following you, but will not get in your way. Make sure not to look out into your backyard. If you do, you will notice there is a scarecrow that wasn't there. Its head is a cow skull, and its limbs are impossibly long versions of a human being's arms and legs. While the skin on its arms and legs is pale, they are not skeletal. The only thing that is missing is the head. If you fail the ritual or do not reach your safe room in time, he will take yours. The reason I was telling you not to look at the backyard is that you'll notice the scarecrow. He will also notice you. He will then begin to get off his post. This is the man in the fields. If you don't look at the backyard, don't see the post and scarecrow. You have until midnight to complete the ritual. If you are 100% sure that everything in your house that can open has closed, make your way to your bed and go to sleep. For exactly 1 year, you have completed total safety in everything you do, depending on when you started the ritual. If you started 3 hours from midnight, you will be completely physically safe. A lot of people have used this to elegant their lives past where they would normally end. People like cancer patients and the elderly. If you started 2 hours from midnight, you will not only be physically safe, but financially safe for a year. You could quit your job and still never have a need for money. Either you would win the lottery or people would just compelled to give you things for free. However, you need to set up a plan for the end of the year, as your safety will wear off and then you would lose all the money that you've won. Make sure to either start a business or make some smart investments. If you started this ritual from 1 hour from midnight and somehow managed to finish it, highly unlikely, you will be completely and totally safe for 1 year. None of your actions will have any negative consequences. I'll tell you to do nothing immoral, but if you're going to go through your entire house in 1 hour and somehow manage to close all the boxes, doors, windows, cupboards and bags, and even cabinets and drawers, then you could do whatever the hell you want. If you did, however, look in the backyard, if you saw the man of the fields, you will not get any of this. Not even if you finished the ritual. If you looked at the backyards, the man in the fields will get down on the scarecrow post, he will look at you, and he will begin sprinting. You have a minute at most to get to your safe room, run inside and lock it tight, and double check to see if everything is closed inside. You do not want him getting in. You'll be able to hear him scratching and clawing at the doors, shrieking threats and promises of mercy if you open the door. Whatever he says or does, do not open the door to confront the man in the fields. Good luck and stay safe.